Howdy, partner. Welcome to Historically Drinking in a Wild West Ghost Town.
Silver Reef was a silver mine boom town located in Utah Territory. In the short 15 years of its existence, it went from nothing to boom to bust. Now, all that's left are a few buildings, some foundations, and some crumbling stone walls. During its boom time, Silver Reef had everything necessary to titillate a Wild West junkie. There was a town marshal with the amazing name of Johnny Diamond, who died in a shootout on Main Street. There was a Chinatown. There were prostitutes. There was a stagecoach, lynch mobs, a town jail, and of course, lots of saloons. Among these, two, and the characters that ran them, have made it into the history books. The Capitol Saloon was run by John Henry Cassidy. Cassidy not only ran the Capitol, he was also a town banker, and he and four friends held apparently a fake Republican convention, allowing them to make whatever political appointments they wanted. It seems obvious that Cassidy was a very powerful man in his small corner of the Wild West. Cassidy's saloon was known to have many fistfights and gunfights, both inside and out. The Elkhorn was owned and operated by George Miller. An attempt was made on Miller's life after he hit a man over the head with a billiard cue. Well deserved, I think. This freeloader was eating the food George provided for his paying customers without buying a single drink. Well, deserved or not, the man came back later with gun in hand, saying, "Say your prayers, I've got you now." Miller responded in his German accent, "Well, here I am, shoot away." The man did. Twice, both shots missed. So what would our saloon goers be drinking amidst all this excitement? Before we dig into that, let's see what was going on in the rest of the world as far as drinking goes. In Europe, vineyards were being decimated by the phylloxera epidemic. In the US, Housekeeping in Old Virginia had been published. It contained recipes submitted by women on such things as home fermentation and alcoholic concoctions. While these women were boozing it up with their buddies in their parlors, other women were taking a stand against the evils of alcohol. They formed the World Women's Christian Temperance Union. Back in Utah territory, our Silver Reefers were smack dab in the middle of the cocktail's golden age. Since both of our saloons were probably on the more classy end of the Wild West saloon spectrum, our buddies John and George were probably using some tools very similar to the ones bartenders use today to mix up cocktails that are still some of our favorites today. They would have been making things such as juleps, sours, and old fashions, among others. They would have probably been using ice in these cocktails, as it was a nationwide standard by this time. One thing you probably would not have found in these saloons was women, as another standard was not to allow them in saloons. For our cocktail, we'll mix up a Manhattan. It had risen to popularity during this time, and indeed by 1885 may have been the most popular cocktail in the country. To make one, in a large glass, combine 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, 2 ounces of a high-proof whiskey, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Add ice to your glass and stir, and then strain into a chilled cocktail glass, or whatever glass you have on hand. You can then garnish it with a preserved cherry, such as a Luxardo cherry, or a lemon twist, or an orange twist. Take a sip of your cocktail. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself back in the Wild West. Saloon doors creaking, your mustachioed, bevested bartender standing across from you. Be careful. Watch out for flying fists and bullets. See below for the recipe. For my references for this episode, as well as for a bonus cocktail, more information, and pictures, you can check out the companion post at spiritanimalbeverage.com. If you liked this episode, please let me know and share with your friends. If you really liked this episode, please tip a COVID laid off bartender at Venmo or Messenger. You can find me under my name, Sarah L.M. Mengoni. Oh, please drink responsibly, and thanks again for watching. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope to see you again next time.